right, here we go. As balanced a skill set as we have for a fighter in this division, and she was pretty tight-lipped in our fighter meeting in terms of what her strategic approach would be here tonight. She could do it all. She's a well-rounded fighter, and I get excited, John. But I gotta limit myself when I start to make these comparisons because I want to yell Valentina. Wow. But I think Erin Blanchfield, a young fighter that when you see Erin Blanchfield, you go, wow, that's a future champion. That's what I get with this kid. I believe that her skill set, her ability to be so well-rounded gives her an opportunity to have a massive future. But you don't get a future unless you take care of what happens right now. That's getting her hand raised tonight. And not unlike a lot of our young athletes, she started mixing the martial arts. It was no Taekwondo base or a wrestling base. She's been doing it all since a very young age, and obviously the results in the UFC certainly speak to that. Sure. Well, I'm not sure if she's a third degree or a fourth degree Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. All I know is that you are in imminent danger every time she closes the distance. Oh, the belt color hasn't changed, John, but they are just add stripe after stripe after stripe. She's got so many stripes on her Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt that it's unbelievable. And because of that ability to do Jiu-Jitsu at such a high level, it's almost like you're going into biology class whenever you go on the ground with her. Because as you're thinking, if I do step 1 to get to step 2, she's already on step 5. Right. She's working on the finish before you even understand that you're in danger. The quick strike ability in the jiu-jitsu is something not many people possess. I cheated to pass my biology final in college. I wish there was a way to cheat in jiu-jitsu, but she doesn't need to. Big spot for her here tonight. And here is tonight's tale of the tape. We send it inside the octagon. The veteran voice is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC flyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Tracy Cortez! And now introducing her opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Viviane Araújo!
Herb Dean, third party in the octagon tonight. Right, so here we are back inside Bell Center, Montreal, Quebec, Canada. This is as loud and as knowledgeable a crowd as we'll experience really all year on the UFC Roadshow. It's a great fight environment. The Bell Center is a fantastic venue. What type of performance are you going to give these great fans tonight? She's going back to that patented straight right hand, unable to connect. Cortez gets caught by that straight punch there. Nice job by her there to block that shot. All right, well, she was expectant that these takedown attempts would come in bunches. There's the first one, DC. She's able to stay up there. As you would expect, she is a phenomenal mixed martial artist. You knew that she had an ability to defend takedowns. She has shown that now. Look for her confidence to go through the roof. Frantic pace early on to this one. Everything working off of her jab. Great body kick there. And she caught the kick. Oh, gorgeous straight punch there shortly after she catches the leg. So she has got her opponent's timing down to a T right now. Nice kick to the midsection. And now they are throwing both sides with conviction. Beautiful.
Let's get that leg now. Let's go.
Punch over the top. She got that leg kick off quick. Just over 3 minutes now to go. Well, she has really shored some things up defensively here as she blocks another set of shots there.
She said it was going to be a focus game.
Huge shot by her there, probably her best strike of the fight.
Her best strike, and you don't see this type of power normally in this weight class, but she lands, and she lands very effectively.
Now let's start to hammer on that body. Let's go.
Look at that switch knee. Beautiful switch knee. That hook was bad.
There's that left hand. Araújo gets lit up by that straight punch. Just unable to quite find that range.
All right, you're doing great, girl. You're doing great. Breathe and relax for me. Good.
All right, so she continues to attack the body to great effect. Actually, some redness now underneath the elbow of her opponent.
Yeah, she does a great job of attacking the body in multiple different ways, and it's starting to pay dividends for her.
2 minutes now to go in round one. She got that single collar tie. That shot blocked by Viviane Araújo. Oh, is that a huge strike right there, DC?
Great shot landed. Now she's got to go chase her down and get another one off to finish the fight. That one landed clean.
Oh, big left hook there. Big left hand lands upstairs. Araújo's nose is cut now, and she's starting to deal with some blood in that area.
That's a big strike right there. Oh, she's hurt, yep. That was lightning fast, that right hand.
Under a minute now to go.
What a kick. That one landed. Oh, another one.
Well, her striking has been great tonight. Rocked her opponent pretty significantly, but you got to think there's a...
There it is again. Look at that. Oh, guillotine here.
Oh, got to protect your neck. Guillotine choke is locked in. How good is that as she gets out?
She is so aware on the ground, and she escapes a deep submission attempt. She could get the sub here.
Let's go. We got to scramble here.
And there you go. Again, half guard.
Seconds winding down in the opening round. Her ground and pound is downright scary, in constant pursuit of the finish. I get it.
She does a really good job of throwing punches with intent. She never just throws just to be thrown. Every punch is meant to land, and every punch is meant to start a finish.
All right, that's the end of the round, and the fighter has a cut on her nose, so that is something that certainly bears watching moving forward. Cut man racing in there. He'll try to seal that cut. She doesn't seem too bothered by it, but certainly something we'll keep an eye on here moving forward. All right, so we will see another round here. Sat her opponent down there in that previous round with a punch.
Surprisingly, we are going forward because I thought it was over. I saw that punch land. We started to yell. We started to scream. We thought the fight was done, but we moved forward because her opponent is so tough, but she's so skilled that she can get there again.
Ready to fight? Ready.
All right, round two. Araújo gets hit with a kick. That one appeared to land flush. What a strike by her there. I'd be knocked out. Her opponent still stands.
She's still standing, but she's got to get on the bike first. She's got to get out to the center of the octagon, find some space so that she can evade her opponent's finish. Oh, nice kick.
Well, they don't let you wear headgear, but she don't need it tonight, right? Beautiful job defensively.
She's doing a great job of blocking up top. Nothing of any substance has landed to this point.
Well, it is not the worst cut we've ever seen in the UFC, but a lot of blood donation happening right here, right now, as her opponent continues to target that area.
Yeah, I mean, you have a fighter in front of you who is so disciplined, who is so sharp. You have got to get on your bicycle, you got to get on the outside limit the damage getting between rounds, and then try to reset, because right now, this cut is only getting worse.
All right, so some adversity for her here. Looks like she has been opened up around that eye.
Anything worth having would not be easy, but she's got to protect that cut, because it will get worse if she continues to get hit on it.
Well, you know she can do it all in the octagon tonight. Huge fire there, probably her best strike of the fight.
Her best strike, and you don't see this type of power normally in this weight class, but she lands, and she lands very effective.
And once again, looking for that highlight reel KO with that front kick. Araújo's blocking well now. Made the adjustment, protecting what is an already damaged nose. Just over 3 minutes to go now. All right, so no surprise to see her continuing to attack that area. That cut is going to get wider with every passing moment of the fight.
You know, generally you expect it to get worse. When you're fighting someone like her, you know it's going to get worse because she's as sharp and as crisp as any striker you ever step in the octagon with. So she's going to be on that cut and attacking that cut relentlessly.
Well, she's so confident in her defense and her ability to block shots, and now you see why.
You see all she learned from her background in boxing that allows her to be so effective.
Oh, she's been setting up that weapon all night. She did not miss there.
She's been looking for it, and she finally got it. And now she's going to see if she can close the night.
Overhand attempt now. It's blocked by Viviane Araújo. All right, look for her to go back to that overhand here again. Seemingly when she has gone to it tonight, it has been there. Let's see if she goes back to it again now. Under 2 minutes now to go round 2. Oh, she's officially wobbled now. Just missed on the uppercut. A commitment to excellence. She finally gets this fight to the ground after many failed attempts. She was not discouraged. Now she has this fight exactly where she wants it. All right, so a pretty interesting development here in terms of this fighter's evolution. Just as we saw in the last round, primarily a jiu-jitsu athlete, having a lot of success with her striking tonight.
Well, you can see it from the moment she came out the corner. She was confident. She told us she would not chase takedowns. She felt like she was even better in the striking, and to this point, she has proven exactly that.
Well, she whiffs on the straight right hand. Good jab. Her cornermen are losing their minds. She got stunned by that strike earlier in the round, but just hasn't gotten herself mentally or physically back in the fight.
You never know how you're fighting.
Right over the top. Her opponent in a world of trouble now.
Her opponent's in a world of trouble. She landed that punch in the exact spot that she needed to.
Well, she was a little bit hesitant in round 1, but she has certainly picked up the pace here in this second round. It took her a while to find her range. She's in a strong striking rhythm now. All right, so you see some welting now on the thigh a little bit as she continues to attack that area effectively.
It's a big part of the leg, so it takes a little longer to really start to see the effects of what you're doing. Right now, she's landing, but down the line, boy, she stays the course, it'll pay dividends. Good round.
All right, so with some urgency, the cut man making his way into the octagon as she heads back to the stool. That is a nasty cut that she is dealing with.
Respira, breathe. Good. Você tá bem? Sim, isso é normal, tá?
Well, she's dealing with a pretty big cut now. We'll see if we can isolate exactly where it happened in that previous round.
Man, she took way too many shots in round 1. She was not being responsible defensively, and ultimately she is paying for it because now she's having a real tough time dealing with that cut.
Ready to fight? Ready.
Third round underway. All right, so she continues to land a high number of strikes here, just like she did in the previous round. As efficient as any striker in the division, this is a world-class display of striking here tonight. Oh! Big shots. He's had a huge huge strike right there, DC.
Great shot landed. Now she's got to go chase her down and get another one off to finish the fight.
Araújo's nose is just pouring blood right now. I'm no doctor, Daniel, but I'm not sure that thing isn't broken right now. Cortez gets caught with that punch. And lands the left there. All right, referee's gonna step in here, and you gotta think they're gonna call on the doctor to look at her nose that looks nothing like it did yesterday at the weigh.
Well, the problem is she's blowing through the nose.
Yeah.
Her mouth is wide open, so now it's starting to swell. She's really struggling.
The doctor is gonna allow this fight to continue, so good news for fight fans and certainly the athlete involved here.
Ready to fight? Ready.
All right, so the referee is going to get the action back underway. She didn't even want the doctor to make his way into the octagon. He has since left, and she's happy to get a chance to fight on.
Right away, John. Just no, I want to fight. I'm happy she's getting that opportunity. Now, you got to take advantage of this chance. You got to take advantage of the chance to go out there and try to right what you think would be wrong if the fight got stopped.
Just out of range with that left hook. Araújo's really bleeding now. That cut is only getting worse.
Beautiful defensive skills on display. She's headhunting here. She lands a nice combination to the head.
There, DC, the seminal blow of this fight thus far.
Yeah, man, she landed a massive hook, and it has her opponent hurt bad. Now we're starting to end the fight.
All right, let's see if she can get back to the hook here. Of course, she'll need a setup here, work off of the jab, and punctuate her combination with that patented hook. Araújo's kick to the body, that one blocked. Stuffs the takedown shot there. How good is her takedown game? All right, well, she's landed those hooks at a high clip here tonight. Actually, some fans are starting to call her Mrs. Lineker. I think it's a pretty good nickname.
Oh, it's a great nickname because they fight in the same style. She's very heavy-footed because she wants to get everything into that left hook, right hook, body. This is big. That's big. Can't take pictures now. She has to react. She has to go chase the finish. Oh! Oh!
Lands a nice 1-2. Good fight here, under 2 to go. Oh, she is absolutely getting lit up. She's wobbling now.
She's hurt very bad. She's on skates. She has to get moving. If she stays in front of her opponent, she's gonna take one more. That's gonna end the night. Guillotine jump.
Oh, somehow she gets out.
I thought it was over. I thought it was over, but that's one thing you know. Never underestimate these fighters in their submission defense.
Oh, great submission defense as she gets out. Nice job to target that cut and land again. Blood becoming a real factor now. All right, she postures up here, DC. We'll see if she can get those ground strikes.
Watch for the huge elbows that she's known for. That was a slick transition.
All right, right into side control now. We'll see if she can dole out some damage. A lot of fighters would prefer the half guard. She does pretty good work here, though.
She does great, and now she has her back.
Most fighters will tell you offensive wrestling is the hardest, most exhausting thing.
Especially if you're just running the guy over, John, and then he just gets up.
Cortez is now dealing with a cheek cut. Lands with the ground and pound. These ground strikes really started to add up. There's another one. Araujo's back into full guard. Man, these women are putting on a show tonight. The crowd absolutely loving it as they make their way back to the feet.
The crowd's going crazy because they...
What a strike by her there. I'd be knocked out. Her opponent still stands.
She's still standing, but she's got to get on her bike now. She's got to get out to the center of the octagon, find some space so that she can evade her opponent from finishing her.
That's 3 rounds in the can. We're headed to the championship rounds. Heading back to the corner now. Araujo's nose does not look like it did at the beginning of this fight. Perhaps it is broken. It is certainly pouring blood. And you got to think the referee's going to call on the ringside physician to come in and take a look. All right, back to the stools we go. She has absorbed a lot of damaging strikes in this fight. We'll see if she can recover.
She didn't do a good job of moving her head. She was a stationary target, and she paid for it. Her opponent recognized that the target was stationary, and she went all out trying to land big shots, and she opened up a nasty cut.
You ready to fight? You ready? Let's do it.
4th round, fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. Head back there, this could be the end.
She landed a massive uppercut that hurt her opponent very, very bad. Oh, nice body shot.
Go after the cut. End this fight. End it.
Cortez's nose is cut, it is mangled. It probably will need to be reset next week, and you got to think the referee and the ringside physician have a close eye on things as her condition continues to deteriorate.
Jab, high kick.
Oh, big left hook there.
She's so fast, so straight, everything just perfect. Everything perfect. Every strike, every kick, every punch, everything's just perfect.
Araujo gets absolutely tagged by that stiff jab. Now her opponent.
Her opponent's seeing stars. Her opponent's hurt. She has to really get after her now and try to find that kill shot that's going to finish the night.
Man, she's hurt her opponent several times in this round. We acknowledge the durability on the other side, but how about just getting aggressive and finishing this fight?
You know, she doesn't take many chances inside the octagon. Right now is a time where she should take chances. She should be going forward, putting a lot of activity out there and trying to end her opponent's fight.
All right, so at this point, the ringside physician would be well within his right to stop the fight as the referee calls for him once again.
We get it. Toughness on full display, but this damage is too much. You got to stop the fight.
You got to wave it off, right? Somebody's daughter out there. Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah.
All right, we now go inside the octagon. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, the doctor has called a stop to this fight, declaring the winner by TKO, Tracy Cortez!
All right, so a great performance by her tonight. You can argue she's the most well-rounded fighter in this division, and the finish materializes here tonight.
John, she has got a full skill set, man. She is so good, so well-rounded, and she put it on the jiu-jitsu fighter. You knew she held the advantages. You just did not expect them to be this big.